If you tune into your weekly constitutional on public radio Sunday afternoon, Tuesday evening, you hear Stuart Harris. This is the face behind the voice.
That's why I'm on radio.
Yeah, because you only pretty people
I'm
on
not
television.
pretty like you are,
exactly.
Josh.
I was just thinking that same thing.
Yeah.
It's like Garrison Keillor. Remember the first time you saw Garrison Keillor?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Whoa, yeah.
That's the
But he has a great voice,
He
though.
does. Stuart, we're so off topic. Last week, if you heard...
Whose fault is that,
That's
Josh?
mine.
It's your
Sorry,
fault.
I'm
Okay,
the host,
all
yeah.
right.
I'm blaming you because you're a host, too. And you delved into Jackson.
Andrew Jackson.
President Jackson last weekend
Right.
was part one of a discussion that was way too big for one show. And you
Right.
kind of looked at... Oh, by the way, he's a professor at Lincoln Memorial University, the Duncan School of Law, so he's an attorney. So he
Yes,
knows
I
what
am.
he's
So we
talking
always
about.
go too long. That's right.
Exactly. You looked at Jackson, his roots, the parallel with the president.
Right.
This rough as an old hickory stick that goes to Washington, who becomes a war hero.
Yes, that's actually how he got to the White House. Jackson, believe it or not, okay, first of all, he was born in North Carolina. He migrated at a young age to Tennessee, and his career was, get this now, a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay, you always think of him as this rough frontiersman type. So, maybe not that book learned, but he became a lawyer, and he spent much of his career as a lawyer and then a judge in Nashville. And he was very prominent in the state, but didn't come to national prominence until the War of 1812 happened. And that's when he became General Jackson of the Tennessee militia. And he was so successful there, he was made a major general in the United States Army. And then he went down to New Orleans during the War of 1812. It was actually in 1814. And it was actually like 10 days after the war was over, and they hadn't gotten the memo yet, that he fought a brilliant defensive action against the British and sort of rescued the War of 1812 from being a war that we kind of lost to a war that we could kind of take some pride in,
Right.
because at least it ended, from our perspective, on a high note. For Jackson, it made him prominent. He later became an Indian fighter against the Seminoles in Florida, became, again, very nationally prominent, ran for president once, got beaten by the Eastern establishment, John Quincy Adams, but noticed that there was this great rise of populism. The common folk really liked General Jackson. They didn't like John Quincy Adams. And so in 1832, he rolls in, and then there's that famous scene in the White House where people are coming in and standing on the furniture.
Right.
And the whole mythology sort of arises from that point. We talk about what he did in office and his relationship with the banks and all that good stuff, and it's just a fascinating story.
You have help from Dan Feller, who's at the
Dan
University
Feller,
of Tennessee.
University of Tennessee, yeah.
And he's actually
The editor.
hands on the original sources of
Oh,
Jackson's
he's the guy who's
life,
going
right?
through all the letters and original sources and putting them together in a number of volumes. So Dan knows everything. His problem is that, he just doesn't want to stop talking about it.
Right.
So we have, neither do I. See what's happening?
You are simpatico, definitely.
Yeah.
Listen, we all saw how Adams emerged out of the murkiness of history with some modern takes. Is Jackson on the list of possibilities that might do that? Or is there?
It's possible. It's possible. I don't know that Andrew Jackson will ever be resurrected in the sense that the popularity he once had. And I think that's primarily because of his status as a slave owner and his status as an Indian fighter and his role in the Indian removal, especially of the Cherokee from this very region. So I think he will be certainly of great interest to people. I don't know if he's ever going to be quite the hero that he once was.
I'm looking forward to hearing more. It's this afternoon at 3. It's Tuesday at 8. It's your weekly Constitutional with Stuart Harris. Thanks.
Thank you, Josh.